My name is Naeem Edwards, and this is the ACOG Club.
He was basically saying you gotta be alarmed when people uh, of this nature, complexion, religion,
These
ethnicity.
folks, them folks in the mountains, bro. Them people, them people, Doug and Stacy. Those people, Doug and Stacy. They in the mountains. They got their own land. They off the grid in the
Yeah.
real way. They got their own water sources and all that. So when you
So
see
Yeah.
these people speaking up, that's some other shit.
it's some shit going on. Yeah, I mean, so FYI, take this how you want to take it.
All right, we here, people. Let's get this party started, B.
All right.
So go ahead. You were saying that it's cheaper to buy the lighters out the store than it is to buy the propane tanks out Home Depot and stuff. That's where you was going at with it.
Yeah. So if I don't know why it's echo on my end,
You got an
but
Echo.
on my end though, it's probably my earbuds. Anyway, if we want to say that it was a homeless person that started the fire, if they homeless, any money that they receive, I'm almost certain they're not going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's to buy a propane torch. If they want to start a fire, the accessibility of matches and lighters at a convenience store is a much more wiser economic option for a homeless person than to go to Home Depot or wherever this propane torch came from. So I'm thinking, could this be a uh, defund the police play in terms of people went in the house and woke up, came outside, and it was pallets of bricks.
Mm.
So could it be? And we know that those bricks were delivered. We know about paid Antifa people.
Hmm.
So could this be that same play as it relates to this alleged arsonist? If you want to say it's an act of arson,
Shh.
because it just don't add up. If I'm homeless, I'm not finna spend whatever money I have to go buy a fucking propane torch.
Right.
That is really of no use to me if I'm not starting a fire.
Hmm.
So I'm not gonna buy a propane torch to light cigarettes. I'm not gonna buy a propane torch to start a fire in a trash barrel if you want to go that route.
Hmm. That's true. I don't know. I don't know any homeless person who owns a blowtorch or a propane torch. I
Right.
don't know. I never see like, and I ride past homeless people a lot. Matter of fact, I tried to uh drop some snacks off to the homeless dude that stayed down the street. He be like, he got a whole building to himself where he just stay down there and he be starting his fires at night and stuff like that. When I pulled up on him, I ain't seen no propane. I seen was he dug a hole in the ground, had sticks in that joint, and he had that joint blazing.
Right.
So yeah, you right on that one. I don't know really no homeless person who uses a blow torch or a propane torch to start a fire. It's normally with matches, a lighter, something of that nature.
Hmm. That's what I'm saying.
And then on top of that, they just said they found the suspect and all that stuff. They ain't released no information. Don't you think this will be a put on a wide scale if they really had some type of suspect? I would think they would post it, but the healthcare dude that shot, I mean not the guy that shot the healthcare dude, his face was
Right.
plastered everywhere. In a scale like this where you burn down, I'm gonna lie, broski. Where you burn down a whole city, yeah, don't you think they would see that? Like you would put that person out there, like, yeah, look, we found the person, blah, blah, blah. Not we have a person of interest and we found the suspect. Like, I don't know, bro. And then,
No, if it don't make sense, it's not our job to try to make it make sense.
hmm
Life makes sense. You don't have to force things. When you gotta force something, that's because it don't fit.
right,
So the same way those bricks just mysteriously appeared in all the major cities, just conveniently out there for people to just pull up and just start throwing them. For me, I can't take off the table that perhaps this individual was given the equipment because they said he had equipment. So again, I don't see a homeless person investing in equipment for arson activities.
facts. And I'm pulling up this video. I'm pulling up this video. B. That's why I had went quiet. I was letting you talk because I'm pulling up this, not this video, this picture of. Remember, you was telling me about the lady wearing the upside down cross and stuff, right? Which I
Yeah,
which I got that video too. I put that video up, but going through that little wormhole, I ended up finding something else that was posted on X, and I found it mighty odd. Like, look, check this out. It's it says L.A. mayor called for 49 million in additional cuts to the fire department just a week before the LA fires LA fires, which would have shut down 16 fire stations. So this goes back to what Theo be talking about all the time. Theo always talking about uh why would the guy take out a insurance claim on the buildings? Why would the guy take out the insurance claims on the buildings right before the buildings get hit? Oh, that's why you hit yourself, B, twice. You ain't hit twice. You
oh,
ain't hit.
okay.
Yeah, you ain't hit twice.
So what do I need to do?
Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. All right, check now. See if you still hear that echo.
Uh, nah, I'm straight.
Yeah, you was in here twice. That's why.
Okay.
I removed the other one. You should be straight now. But yeah, Theo always say, bro, why would he take out a claim right before these trade centers? I mean, yeah, the trade centers get hit. Why would she cut funds right before this fire is supposed to have started? A week before.
And for me, the question is, why 49? Why not 50? So what's the significance of this number 49 for me? Because again,
Mm-hmm.
we know they deal in numbers and symbols.
Yep.
So for her to stop at 49 and 50 would be the more logical number. I mean, they taught us in math in elementary school, if it's after five, you just round up to the next 10.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you stop at 49? So it's definitely something with that number. On top of the timing,
Perfect timing,
one
right?
week, 1 week, 7 days. They say God created everything in 7 days. So we take this money 7 days before we come destroy everything, build and destroy. See, they do everything in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the upside down cross.
Mm. Mm. Let's get to that. Hold on. Let's get to that real quick. Let's get to that because that was thrown. That's thrown. Now look at this. This is supposed to be a mayor. This is supposed to be the former mayor of West Hollywood, and we just found out that Hollywood sign and all that, Hollywood Hills and all that just went up in blaze.
Currently going viral because of the necklace she was wearing when she was giving an update of the Los Angeles fires. She is currently wearing an upside down cross. She's on the board of supervisors for Los Angeles County, and she is the ex-mayor of West Hollywood. Now, I know the upside down cross could mean a number of things. It could mean the St. Peter's cross, but it could also mean a lot of other things. Now, I feel like someone that is on TV a lot, especially talking about a very important subject, especially being the ex-mayor of West Hollywood, I feel like they know that wearing something like this would bring controversy because it's not something you see very often, and of course because of the meanings. But I'm very curious to know what you guys think about this. Someone is
I mean,
What's understood don't need to be explained. And that goes right hand in hand with the terminology that's sometimes used in association with the city of Los Angeles. What they call it, the city of lost angels,
mm.
i.e., the fallen ones. The city of Los Angeles, the city of fallen angels. See again, and do it in your face because now you can't say people were keeping secrets from you.
Right. That's true. That's true.
See, the knowledge have to come out. So they'll put it out in the form of cartoons, in the form of animated movies, in the form of science fiction movies. They put the truth out there, been putting the truth out there.
Mm-hmm.
But now, since the masses are more dumbed down than they used to be, because again, you can't argue with the evidence. Evidence has shown that these devices have collectively made humans dumber, not smarter. We're talking about smartphones with motherfuckers who can't even hardly spell. We're talking about you having smart devices, and instead of spelling the word people, you putting PPL in this motherfucker.
Hey, I be doing that. I be doing that. I be feel like typing the whole word out.
I'm just using that as an example.
No, no, I know you
Yeah,
be
I'm
doing.
just using that as a example. So again, we talking about smart devices, and the literacy rates have collectively went down over the years. So with the masses being not as smart or not as intelligent or not as socially aware as they used to be in past years, now we can go and come on out in the open and show them shit right in their face, and they're not gonna even know what they're looking at because they too busy looking at their selfies and the food that they ate last week and the shoes they bought last year and that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. And what
See,
celebrities got going on and who they
right.
fucking and all
See,
this
see,
crazy shit.
see. The reason secret societies had to be secret is because the people were intelligent. See, when people were reading, I'm talking about reading books before TVs were in the homes of every American family. Before media, when people were reading, yeah, they had to do their shit in secret because people were hip. They were wise. Once they got away with that JFK, it's been on ever since. Once they was able to sell us that Lee Harvey Oswald did that by himself, even though we look at videos and see multiple shots, but they convinced it and we accepted it, they knew it was game on then. That's just the reality. That's why she can be out here with an upside down cross on. And yeah, it's just you got to find out about this shit on TikTok because the people that's there, all the people that's there, they with that program. What one of the victims say in the Diddy shit? I couldn't go to the police because he got the police in his pocket.
Yeah,
So you see,
definitely
all
what
the
they
people
said.
up there is part of that program.
Salute Tika in the building. How you feeling, Tika? Grand Rising.
What up? What up? Salute. But yeah, that's the people that's up there. They with that program.
Mm-hmm.
So
Man, son, this and
did you see the fire tornado?
I didn't watch that one. I was gonna watch that one, but I had pulled up I had pulled up these two videos because these two videos kind of went hand in hand with what I was talking about on the previous live with the laser and what's going on now, because what you had sent me with this guy that we ready to watch is 30 minutes. I think it's 30 minutes. This guy that we ready to watch, man, this is crazy. It's gonna explain a lot of stuff. I mean, and we're gonna uncover a lot of stuff.
Make sure you shout out his channel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want nobody, I don't want you to get in no issues with that kind of stuff.
Man, I've been fighting copyrights. I've been fighting copyrights all week, bro.
Yeah,
Fight.
you gotta do your due diligence when you using these people you use these
Yeah,
people material.
yeah. I put him. No, he in the
Oh, okay, here your
description.
description. Okay.
Yeah, he in the description. But we still could give him a shout out because he did his due diligence on this jump. Uh, S.2 Underground. Shouts out to S.2 Underground because yeah, get to S.2 Underground's channel. Go check out his video, bro, because he did his due diligence and it just came out about a couple hours ago. So that's what make it even better. Y'all getting the first glimpse of it. But now, so this is what we're gonna go. We gonna pull up this. I'm gonna pull up this Simpsons clip, right? So we can get an idea of how they called the spread of this fire. After we finish watching that, then we gonna pull up the other Simpsons episode, and it's gonna start making sense. It's gonna start making sense. But let's watch this shit real quick. And mind you, I had to mute this because it had music in the background. So I didn't want the music to, you know, mess up anything. No, they go to Hollywood sign. Yeah, me. Just pay attention. Just pay attention to the imagery that we're seeing. Like this is real time, but then they got the Simpsons clips in there as well that makes this even more like believable. You know what I'm saying? Like we seeing their play in real time. Look at that. Ew, that shit orange, bruh. The sky is orange. That's wild.
Wait till you see that fire tornado.
Mm. Oh, it started over. All right. So now, as you can see, it starts with them like they was in church. Then the the flame got the traveling through, and then boom, the whole town on fire. So when they walk out, the whole town is orange and on fire. Like, bro, if these people don't know, then if they don't know what's going on, how do they come up with this? They gotta know what's going to happen, because you can't fake this. This can't be made up. And this Simpson episode came out way before the daggone 25, way before I think 2010. Now let's look at the aftermath, right? Let's look at the aftermath real quick. Let me I know T can shake my head as well, bruh. It's crazy. Now look at this clip. What this picture, right? This is Springfield. This is Springfield after they got burnt down, right? After the fire and all that stuff. Right? Now look at this.
And earlier we did speak with SoCal Edison spokesperson Kathleen Dunleavy about what's being done, what decision.
Look at this. How does the Simpsons know that it's gonna be all rubble? All rubble. Where that zoom in part at with the lady and the dog and all that crazy stuff?
This is still really strong, or the smoke out here, so it makes it push in.
Here
You
we
can
go.
see every single home out here.
Look, every single home, bruh. Does they don't look the same?
Here,
Does
just
that not
level.
look the
You've
same?
got the chimneys, you've
It's
got some of
definitely
the
similarities. Sure.
Even all the way down to the color. All the way down to the color of the ground and stuff, bruh.
the rash might still be standing, but the devastation is complete and just
look at that shit. How did they know?
It's you know how they knew. That's them.
That's them, right? Exactly, bro. So is it something fishy going on? Oh yeah, it's definitely something fishy going on, bro. And we won't know until we damn near on our deathbed type shit. Like, look how long it took for people to be like, oh no, the driver the one that shot JFK. You can see him turned around with the pistol. When JFK died, B.
I think 63 or 4, because there was Malcolm got assassinated a little bit after that because of remarks allegedly the remarks he made about Kennedy's assassination. So it's right around 63 had to be because Malcolm got assassinated in 64. So yeah, Kennedy was 1963.
And we just now seeing evidence in 24, 23 that the guy turned around and shot him in his face.
That evidence is just now presenting itself, but people uh have long put out, it's many books out about that event because for a lot of historians, that event is what changed the fabric, as they say, of the country. Um, so an Oliver Stone's movie, JFK, which I think that was 1990, 91 when that movie came out. Very powerful movie about it, and he goes into the quote unquote conspiracy theories surrounding the events that led up to and the aftermath. So we ain't just this new generation just finding out. But the information that story has been challenged. The thing is, it wasn't social media, so those who challenged the official narrative didn't have an outlet to espouse that narrative like we do today. That's why a lot of information is out today because of social media. But a lot of the information that's coming out was information that was already discovered or found out about back in the day. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we just catching up as far as with the advent of social media. But you had people, that's always you always have people that's done went down quote unquote these rabbit holes. That
Right.
that that's we just started, or this generation is just now starting this shit. This shit didn't start here as far as this knowledge thing. That shit ain't just starting this time. It's
Right.
just it's just social media has allowed us, the normal individual, the average Joe, the ability to get our ideas out there. Whereas, back in the day, uh, they didn't have that. So the official narrative wasn't challenged. It was challenged, but it wasn't challenged effectively. Only
Right.
today is the narrative really being challenged through 30-second TikToks, you
Hmm.
know, 5-minute YouTube videos,
Hmm.
uh 2-hour podcasts. Now the official, because one brain is better than two. 2 eyes I mean 4 eyes is better than two. So you got people who are looking at the same event from varying perspectives, and it's chopping that official narrative that's coming out of CNN, ABC, NBC, and Fox. It's chopping that narrative down.
Mm.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of fire makes bricks dissolve.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out, because I've seen houses that's been set on fire and the police put it out or whatever, and I've seen houses burnt to the ground. But uh, where it's nothing left,
Nothing.
then on top of that, y'all come right back. You cut the funding a week before, and almost a week after, you come with a law saying if the people ain't rebuilt from the fire in 2 years, then they forfeit the rights to the property.
Mm.
Now, whether people know it or not, it's a lot of regular, everyday folk who work their ass off to get there who lost their shit.
Hmm.
It ain't just the Paris Hiltons and the Mel Gibsons and the celebrities. It's a lot of hard-working people who work jobs for 40, 30, 20 years, decades to have quote unquote something nice, and they done lost it. So they telling these people, you ain't rebuilt in 2 years, then you forfeit the rights to the land, to that plot.
Ain't
You got people out there already filling out the FEMA aid application, and they being denied the same shit that was going on in Helene.
I was ready to say that. That's kind of like that's kind of like the thing they did in North Carolina when they said to people like, look, we'll give you this money, but you gotta pay this money back. Yeah, I mean, else we're gonna
Yeah,
seize
that
your
that
land.
shit. That
Yeah,
shit.
man, this is crazy. Let's get to oh boy, let's get to S.2 underground. So this one, yeah, it's this one.
And welcome back to the Underground. This is the Until update for January 5th through the 11th, 2025. In classic fashion,
Now, this is 30 minutes. We're gonna be stopping throughout, and we're gonna make our our points throughout this. So just bear with us. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of information that he done. That's why I say you gotta salute this guy. You gotta go to his channel. and check him out because he did his due diligence with this one. Thanks, Tigger. I appreciate that. Salute. Tigger says she joined the channel just now.
Ah, that's what's up. Appreciate you.
It's been a very, very busy week, so let's get right to it. Starting off in the southeast region, I briefly wanted to keep people's minds on the situation in western North Carolina with regards to the Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. Things are not going well. The local, county, city, state, federal agencies have not been particularly helpful over the past couple of months, and most of the self-created aid, either by people just trying to do the best they can locally or from volunteer.
Now, mind you, right? We had covered some stuff before about what JW was saying with the helicopters flying over DC and what looked like evacuation drills and stuff like that. We done covered North Carolina with FEMA going up there building camps and stuff like that. So just be mindful. FEMA is gonna take your shit. They coming to take your shit. They ain't coming to let you. You're not gonna just sit there and try to rebuild without their permission. That's how I'm seeing it. They want to be in control of that shit. That's how I'm seeing it. The rebuild process, because we know they like is it FEMA like a private company, government company or something like that?
FEMA is not the government.
Okay. They're like their own entity, right?
Yeah, they're not associated with the government as we know it. That's why they can do what. That's how they do what they do. Whenever FEMA show up, see, whenever a place is declared disaster area, FEMA got jurisdiction. And don't ask me why. You gotta Google that shit. You gotta, you know. But saying that's why in Katrina, people who didn't leave, they couldn't go back to their places because it was declared a disaster area. So they use that tactic depending on what the nature of the disaster. Why you think the looting going on out there in Los Angeles? Because they not letting the people who did leave come back to their shit.
Man. All right, let's get to it. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
It's gonna get wild.
I'm gonna let him talk because
Yeah.
I ain't gonna read. I don't really like. I don't have nothing to add. Like I hit some little notes, but shit, I don't be putting nothing on top of work like this here.
Yeah, no, this is well detailed.
Agencies coming in from outside the area. It's been a fight tooth and nail just to get anything done in western North Carolina. Most of the area is still completely devastated, and over the past couple of weeks, the whole area has gotten, in some places over a foot of snow. So again, that makes recovery efforts very challenging. And
oh, my fault, bruh. Speaking of snow, and I know this is kind of thorough real quick, bruh. Why the hell is people in Atlanta outside fucking twerking, dancing, and partying in snow, bruh?
Because the Bible say, as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be at the end. And what was they doing in the days of Noah? Noah out here preaching about a flood. Folks are still marrying, getting engaged, partying, having parties, dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind the unusual phenomenon of snow in this location. Again, when you spiritually blind, you can't see signs when they right in your damn face.
Facts. And
When
bro,
you
I'm
are
talking about
spiritually blind, you cannot see signs that's right in your face.
B. I'm talking about big part. Everybody on the block outside partying. Motherfucker, my wife had showed me one person was out there with a damn bikini on and shit. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers is crazy, bro. These
Again,
motherfuckers is
man,
crazy.
the ain't nothing new under the sun. What has been shall be again.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
it's only new to this generation. But again, if you look back, ain't nothing new. They was they was trisexual in Greece and Rome and in Egypt and in
Mhm,
Arabia and in
mhm.
Asia. You know, the bestiality was going on back then. Ain't nothing new.
Right.
Child sacrifice was going on back then. The
Mhm.
Incas, the Inca people, the Inca Empire, they were known for child sacrifice, sacrificing the virgins, blood drinking. Ain't none of this shit new.
Mm.
But yeah, that's why you out there playing in the snow. I mean, everybody pulls sleds out. It's one thing to play. It's another thing to party.
Facts. Yeah, that bruh. It was. I'm talking about.
Because
It was a block
everybody
party.
plays in the snow. Everybody play in the snow. I mean, especially because that's not a normal phenomenon, especially if you're not somewhere where it snows on a regular basis. That's something you don't see. So naturally, you're gonna go outside and play around in it, whether it's to make a snowball, snowman, whatever. You're gonna go outside
Mhm.
and get in the snow. But when you're out in the snow trying to carry on like ain't nothing happening, like fuck this weather, we finna do us type shit, that's a problem.
Hmm.
And that's what that was. That's why you out here doing donuts and shit, not like it's just regular.
Mhm. And I just seen some before we get back to this video, because I know I kind of took us off with the snow shit. Kind of it just reminded me, but I just see some shit about Atlanta being one of the highest in STD AIDS and all that shit. I'm like, jeez, and y'all got the nerve to be outside partying. Y'all think y'all should be doing something better with y'all lives than yeah, man.
Bro, again, when you are spiritually blind, see, that's the elephant in the room is niggas are spiritually blind. We spiritually blind as a people
Right.
and been that way. That's why we can't get right, man. Why we can't never come together? Why we can't, motherfucker? Because we spiritually blind. That's why we try everything but the right way.
Mm-hmm. Real talk.
We try everything but the right way. The shortcut, we want the path of least resistance is what we want. We don't want to go through shit. We ain't built to go through shit. The minute life start to blow on the motherfucker, just a little hair, motherfucker knees buckling, ankle, you can sprain ankle, all kind of shit. It comes from
My
being
asthma
spiritual.
acting up.
All that, all that. That comes from being spiritually blind. Thinking that you got it when you know the reality is we ain't none of us got it.
Right.
And I'm not talking about got it in terms of money. I'm talking about got it in terms of life. How the fuck you got it and you don't even know if you're gonna wake up when you go to sleep?
Mm.
What you got? So
Mm.
again, when you spiritually blind, you can't see or you don't know about it. It'll be signs in the heavens and the earth. So you can't interpret the sign of Helene and then back door right in Florida. Now you got snow in Atlanta. We just had some snow. Wildfire in California.
Mm-hmm.
earthquakes going on around the world, tsunamis. You can't see these signs when you blind. And again, you worship at the idol of self. I got to do me. That's so yeah. Weather ain't gonna change the mentality. Weather don't change the spirit. They wasn't doing nothing but what they do on a regular sunny day.
Real talk. Real talk. Let's go ahead and dive back in.
I think this is my personal opinion, but I think that it's fairly obvious right now that the federal government is just kind of hoping that people will forget about what's going on in Western North Carolina so they can just go ahead and cut aid and just kind of forget about the situation entirely. So I did want to bring the spotlight back to Western North Carolina to keep this incident in people's hearts and minds, so to speak, because this crisis is nowhere near over, right? There are still 3,500 families without any sort of housing, and FEMA is trying to kick them out of hotels. So as of last night, I
Pause that
saw that
right
FEMA
quick.
did graciously allow
Gotcha.
one single.
That man said there are still over 3,500 families. He didn't say individuals. He
Mm-hmm.
said families that could be extended or otherwise without any type of shelter, basically without nowhere to go and no way to get there. This is what it looked like once the camera's gone. Once the lives, once the TikTokers move to the next disaster. It's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
See, again, we are the microwave generation, of you know, the click and push generation. You don't understand the process. Motherfuckers talking about rebuilding. Do you all know how long it took to build the shit? People throw around, people be throwing around rebuild when a disaster hit. Like that shit just gonna happen in 6 months. When it took decades for some of these areas that have been destroyed to reach that level of population, of development, of whatever the economics was of those areas. It took decades to get there. You talking about rebuild, motherfucker? You gonna be doing that for a couple of generations.
Hmm. Oh, they not rebuilding. They not rebuilding this back no time soon because
So
like
again,
you said, B.
that's the myth. We already know that they got plans for the land. We know. I mean, come on now. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
ain't. Yeah, we're not preschoolers with this shit. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that smart city had been proposed for LA by the year 2028, and here you go with this goddamn fire that still ain't out.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say out because they like to play games with this contained shit. Contained mean that motherfucker still burning.
Right. And you know what's crazy? It was a it was a time where it was a fire in a city. The city, I forget what city it is. I should have searched that shit and brought it up. But a fire happened in the city, and now underneath the city is constantly burning. And they put the fire out. They put the fire out and stuff, but underneath the ground is still burning.
And fires in cities, big cities, major cities, is nothing new. Again, you got the London fire, the Great Fire of London. You got the Great Fire of Chicago. See, when you really want to rebuild some shit, fire is the element that destroy everything because it don't leave nothing but ash.
Mm-hmm.
So fire is like a eraser.
Yeah, fire just happened in Bronx. Yeah, salute Tika.
Yeah,
I was just ready to mention that too. Yeah, people don't even know New York, Bronx, New York was just on fire, and nobody even said anything about that because they focused on other things. And we like you said, B, we in a time that everything is so microwave to where as though we see it, oh, it happened, dang, that's crazy, and then on to the next one. Oh,
right.
dang, that happened over here. Oh, dang, that's crazy.
Not understanding that again, the man just said it's 3500 families, bro. Do you know the suffering that's occurring? And don't forget, he said in some of those areas they getting up to a foot of more of snow. Now
Mm-hmm.
just put yourself there. It's already wet, it's already cold, all your shit gone, and you don't have nowhere to go. This is not, I'm gonna go over my homeboy house, I'm gonna go over my girlfriend house, I'm gonna go over my auntie house. Everybody you know shit fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like people need to wrap their mind around that type of shit instead of just running to the next thing and it's, oh man, it's fucked up. No, motherfucker, put yourself in that situation. You know how dark it is at night with no motherfucking power?
Whew,
And they in
man,
the woods. They in the woods and in the mountains. Now, they
man.
not in no metropolitan area. So yeah, that shit is not a game. And that's why, the content is about these situations is bittersweet because this is people real life.
Tika said sounds like Jamaica. But you know what's even wild, even more wild about that, B, because now peep game, right? This was the drone sightings, right? Got the East Coast and then you got the West Coast. Why would drones be flying over the West Coast, and then a couple weeks after that happens, we got fires breaking out? I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is mapping something, bro.
Bro, they
These
could be
motherfuckers,
mapping, they can be doing that too, but I'm of the perspective where I'm not gonna put all this shit on a human being. It's some other shit
hell
that's
no.
at play as well.
Yeah,
So
this is.
they can have their weapons and all this shit. But when I seen
Mm-hmm,
that fire tornado, yeah, that let me know that was some other shit going on.
mm-hmm.
There
No,
was some other shit going on because that fire tornado is synonymous with how God appears on earth. You can find this shit in the Bible. So
mm-hmm.
I ain't. They can do their devices and be playing it, man. There's some other shit going on. I ain't shit.
Oh, bro,
It's shit
this
bigger
shit.
than these little
Yeah.
petty ass plans that they got, and that's what people need to get in their minds. That's what people really need to focus in on is that it's something bigger going on than these bullshit ass
Mm-hmm,
plans that they got set up. Don't get caught up in what the fuck they trying to do because they humans just like we is.
mm-hmm.
So motherfuckers better be focused in on the fact that it's some other shit going on this earth right now that's bigger than the World Economic Forum. It's bigger than the goddamn Illuminati and the Freemasons and all. It's some other shit going on, and motherfuckers better tune in if they smart.
Mm-hmm. Nah, real talk. Real talk. We coming to a time of judgment. The whole world gonna be judged.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
this shit ain't just about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg got a plan and they gon' man. Ain't
Man,
nobody trying to hear.
yeah,
I hear
I
it.
ain't trying to hear that shit.
You know what I'm saying? I hear it,
Yeah.
but the reality is I know better.
Mm-hmm.
Cause them motherfuckers went to sleep last night just like me. They didn't know if they was gonna wake up.
That
And the
shit.
cold part about it is I ain't seen now dead motherfucker come back. I don't care how rich you are. I ain't seen now Rockefeller that's dead come back to life. So talk to me about your Illuminati's and all that good shit. Yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I checked, once they put that tag on your toe, that's a wrap.
Hmm.
Last time I checked. So until you can master that energy, you can play around with this weather all day long. I ain't impressed. That's a good magic trick. That ain't no different than what the fuck David Copperfield, David Blaine, and all the rest of these magician motherfuckers do.
I already say, bro. That was like one of the whole things in the Bible too. Like they had people who was actually sent by God, but then they had motherfucking false prophets and all that shit that wanted to imitate and use black magic and sorcery and stuff like that to give the illusion that they were sent by God or they had a message from God or some shit like that.
Right. Yep. So that's what we need to understand. But at the same time, we need to be aware of what they got going so that we can prepare in whatever ways we can to counter that in our own ways because we not in the same locations. So everybody playing gonna
Mhm.
be different. But we can all have a general base, fundamentals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I mean, we gonna be in different locations and have different ideas, but that judgment gonna be the same for
that's what
everybody.
I'm
It ain't gonna
saying.
be no special judgment for B or for me. It ain't gonna be no special judgment. It's gonna be the same. Whatever judgment B got is the same one I'm gonna get.
And that's the crux of the matter. With everything that's going on, at the end of the day, it's something bigger at play than uh Clive Davis put Diddy down with this game.
Hmm.
Something bigger at play. You know how long they've been doing that shit? They've been doing that shit since the Shirley Temple days.
Mm.
You want to talk about child actors? They was doing that shit back in the Shirley Temple days when movies were in black and white. And it wasn't no blacks around to be spoken of, like talking about. So again, ain't nothing new.
Mm. Mm.
The
Mm.
books say that everything hidden gonna be revealed. So again, it's no coincidence that three residents got hit. They done went in there and got all this shit. Cause the time of revealing is here. Ain't no coincidence this shit coming out on TD Jakes and
Yeah.
every motherfucking body else. Cause cover is being pulled off.
You know what's crazy? Because you like a week before this happened, right? I had seen a clip, and then you had told me the other night, the other, I think it was night before last, said, bro, you know, so well, was it last night about the Humvees being took off the military base? Was that last night?
Yep.
Okay, so you told me that last night, and I seen the clip 2 nights ago, bruh. They had in Chicago where these motherfuckers done hijacked the train. They took some damn armored tanks off that bitch.
Bro, again, see, this is the hypocrisy with society, right? Nobody batted an eye when Rondo number 9 took a picture with a whole fucking rocket
Fucking
launcher in
rocket
his room.
launcher. Yeah,
Nobody batted an eye, but all of a sudden, we supposed to be concerned about some Humvees that you motherfuckers probably left there on purpose.
mm-hmm.
Because what the fuck you really finna do with 18 bayonets? The
Right.
average motherfucker don't even know what a bayonet was.
Real talk.
They don't
Real
even know what
talk.
a bayonet is. You know how old bayonets are. You know how they bayonets. That's some World War II shit.
Yeah, that's the early 1900s.
That's World War I, World War II,
Bro,
Korean War.
we talking about before the auto reload and all that shit. We
Yeah,
talking about powder. We
we
talking
talking
about
about
powder and shit.
them boys out there with that boat action.
Yeah. You got to use that black powder to put in there and shove that shit down
It
and
wasn't
shit.
that far back, bro. God
Man,
damn.
man, that
You
niggas is
tripping.
old. Them niggas is
This
old.
boy, this boy talking about some 1700s, man, saying some black powder and they had, man, boy,
Hey,
that boy
hey,
say he was back there with the muskets.
it's back there with the musket tiles. They had the counteract. They had the counteract, bro. Oh, you running down? Take this, motherfucker. Put this powder in here. Hold up, nigga, run
Right.
down.
So the fact that allegedly now we don't know what was in there
Right.
at the end of the day, but it's mighty funny. It just conveniently three Humvees. Now you mean to tell me that these Humvees don't have GPS tracking in them?
No, that come on, man. The average
I mean, you mean to
camera
tell
got
me you trying to?
lost.
But I mean, again, the masses are so dumbed down, they will accept that. They don't. What has been taken out of school and out of social discourse is called critical thinking. See,
Mm,
I grew up in a time where you took a test, you had that multiple choice, and then you got to the end of that motherfucker, you had what they call critical thinking questions. See, they took that shit out. So a
I
lot of
feel
motherfuckers, a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to critically think or analyze a situation. Oh man, they stole three Humvees, really? So you mean to tell me you could take your monkey ass down here to a used car lot and this motherfucker got kill switch GPS and fucking satellite tracking on this motherfucker if you don't pay that note. But all of a sudden there's three Humvees out here with no GPS tracking in them and don't nobody know where they at. Get the come on, man. Stop. Stop. It's not even funny at this point. Stop.
real talk. That's like a
But
blink
again,
smack to the face.
for the masses, instead of them again critically thinking about how did they get a Humvee? How would what? So they got on an abandoned ass base. Now the flip side of it is that's not far fetched because if you know the type of weaponry that they left in Afghanistan, but again, we people don't research this kind of shit, so you don't know about this. You don't know that they left billions of dollars of weaponry over there. I'm talking tanks, planes, rounds, rifles, all kind of shit. They just left it. So it's a catch 22 because
Mm-hmm.
historically we got examples that where the military did actually leave live weaponry in a quote unquote enemy country. And then we have the question of these vehicles don't have GPS tracking. I mean, if the average car on the road got what's that shit called uh OnStar.
Mm-hmm.
If the average car on the road got some form of OnStar or Waze or whatever app whatever it is, you mean to tell me military vehicles don't have that or better? Come on, man. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying somebody stole them.
Right.
Now they might be y'all took them offline, but you lying to me that somebody just dry ass what they did, hot wire that motherfucker. That motherfucker don't start like a regular car.
Mm. That shit, bro. That wait, yeah, you can't even a military Humvee, bro. You can't even hide that. You can't park that in a regular garage.
Bro, again, you mean to tell me ain't nobody seen a Humvee riding down any road? Come on, man. This shit is again, it's not even funny at this point. It's sad that they can pull this kind of shit on the masses, and the most a motherfucker can do is make a video about it.
Right.
Because again, the people who may have a lot, the people who left the weapons in Afghanistan are the same people who left the bricks in these major cities that just popped up overnight. Those are it's the same. We're dealing with the same entity.
Man, let's get back to this, bro. This is crazy.
Extra day of housing for the people in Western North Carolina so that they can get out of their temporary housing in the middle of a snowstorm. So, again, I'm not going to talk about this one very much because it just gets me very unnecessarily angry, and I don't want to push that on you guys. So, I will just cover that also in this region, the White House the other day announced that they will be giving or they will be covering 100% of the aid and recovery efforts needed for California. So we're talking about potentially hundreds of billions of dollars over a period of 180 days. So California has a blank check. They have literally been given a blank check by the federal government for anything and everything that might happen over the next 180 days. So again, not going to comment on that too much, but we'll get to the situation in California in just a moment. Before we get to the wildfire situation, I did want to briefly mention something that occurred yesterday, which is the theft of 3 Humvees from an Army Reserve Center in Tulsa.
Now look how big that Humvee is, bro. That's the real Humvees right there, bro. You can't park that in nobody's garage. Look at them wheels. Them wheels about as big as me.
Yeah, you definitely not pulling that in nobody's garage.
Yeah, come on, man.
Austin. This one was kind of interesting because they actually were successful in getting 3 vehicles. I'm not entirely certain what's going on with this, but here you can see the solicitation from the detectives working the case. Now, I know what a lot of people are probably thinking is this preparation for a terror attack? Because I have seen a lot of speculation on social media that says that the thieves made off with weapons and ammo and explosives and all that kind of stuff. So far, officially, none of that has been taken. All they took were some Humvees. You can see all the stuff they made off with. It's basically
Now
just
pause
scrap
that right
metal and
quick.
anything that looked valuable.
Now, the thing is with this so-called the threat of a terror attack, the thing is so what? They took vehicles that just had the binoculars and the bayonets in them. If they took the vehicles, 9 times out of 10, they got shit to put on and put in the motherfucking vehicle. So that's not gonna fly with me as far as you trying to quell that threat. See, it's a time we in the time for motherfuckers to be afraid because when you're afraid, you're much more aware, you're much more alert.
Salute,
So
Ignorant TV in the building.
salute. So that's it's time to be afraid when you got uh motherfuckers just running people over. You be a damn fool not to be afraid. See again, fear heightens awareness. It heightens your energy sensitivity.
Sometimes gives you superpowers, depending
Exactly.
on
So
what predicament you in.
so I get the fact, I get where he coming from as far as the threat ain't been validated, but I'm not looking for the government to validate shit at this point. When they deny people aid whose shit just got burnt up and washed away. I'm not waiting on them to validate shit. That's me. I'm not waiting on the government to validate the goddamn thing. I'm gonna use my common motherfucking sense. I'm gonna use the motherfucking sense to say 1 + 1 = 2, and I'm gonna move accordingly. Because again, waiting on these people to tell you and validate shit before you make your own decision, you're gonna be fucked up and fucked off.
Facts. And that AB, that's kind of the same The same thing. With the boat hitting the Key Bridge and shit. It's like, bro, look how fast they came out. It was like, oh no, it's not a terrorist attack. Ain't nothing going on. You know, he fell asleep behind the wheel and just drifted off, and boom, that's what happens. You know, we fall asleep behind the wheel. But then you get like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. Oh yeah, you know, it was a cyber attack on the boat, and
See,
come on, man.
again, man, they showed us in Armageddon what the government will do. In that movie, it was a fucking asteroid approaching Earth, and the government didn't tell the people till it was too fucking late.
Mm-hmm.
And had not Bruce Willis played the hero, you know, in the movie, then Earth would have got fucked up. But the point is, the government didn't say a goddamn thing till it was too late. So I'm not waiting on the government to validate no terror threat. I know one thing, two things for sure. They ain't took the motherfucking Humvees to just go do donuts on the beach in the motherfuckers. I know
Facts.
that much. Whoever took them. And again, the same way they took the Humvee is the same way mysteriously trains, rail cars full of high caliber rifles
Mm-hmm.
just stop and pop up in Chicago. Because again, nobody asked the question, where these young boys get these guns? They ain't went to no motherfucking gun show and bought that shit.
Heck no. You can't even find no certain kind of guns at gun shows and shit. Salute Smitty in the building.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
again, it wasn't a problem when Rondo number 9 was sitting in the goddamn room with a whole motherfucking rocket launcher. It wasn't a problem. But again, now all of a sudden, because some Humvees missing, we supposed to be scared or concerned rather.
Right.
I'm on some old folks shit. You made your bed, you got to lay in that motherfucker now.
Mm-hmm.
America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you done made this bed and you finna lay in it.
Man, we've been telling motherfuckers America coming to its judgment day. And
Everybody. It
and
ain't just
at the end of the day,
it ain't just everybody. All
yeah.
fake shit is getting exposed. All false shit that ain't right, ain't legit, that shit getting exposed
Mm-hmm.
and bought down from preachers. Ain't no field of social interaction being untouched.
Hmm. Man.
So whoop de doo, they stole the Humvees and there wasn't nothing in them. And motherfucker, if they stole them, I bet you they got something to put in them and put on them.
Put
The
on them,
fuck?
yeah. Heck yeah.
Then allegedly, not only did they get the Humvees, allegedly they got into another area of the base and got some uniforms.
Mm.
So we had New Orleans, and right on the heels of that, we had the Vegas. Right on the heels of that, we got these fires.
Peep game though. Peep game. It's a three Humvees. It's a three Humvees, one armored, eight machine gun, eight machine gun vehicle mounts, seven freestanding
Meaning,
machine gun
now
tripods.
the
Four,
mount means if you got a machine gun to put on it, you can mount
exact.
it.
Seven freestanding machine gun tripods, medical equipment, 40 pairs of binoculars, 18 bayonets.
And then at the end of the day, a bayonet is still a knife. That's a close quarter combat weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know how to use it, shit, that motherfucker deadlier than a gun.
Real talk.
Close quarter.
That motherfucker like a sword.
So again, I'm not finna brush that under the table. No disrespect to the video creator, but for me, nah, I ain't finna sweep that up on the table like that ain't nothing.
Facts. Let's go ahead and get back into this.
Table laying around. Again, an Army Reserve Center, I'm not entirely certain they have an armory there, right? They may not have an armory for weapons or explosives at all. So some old busted Humvees from the GWAT era just sitting in a lot. All it takes is a couple of bolt cutters and there you go, free Humvee, right? So I think that's probably what happened. I just wanted to kind of pump the brakes on that speculation right now. There have been no confirming reports of any explosives or weapons stolen. So again, that kind of mitigate that little bit of information mitigates the terrorism risk, does it not? Right? Of course, this.
Nah, not
Why would
really.
they? Right?
Not
Why would
yeah, not
they? Why would they disclose that information or confirm it when their overall objective is to keep people as sleep as possible? We
mm-hmm.
got to keep them calm. We got to keep them on the wild card, the NFL wild card game. We got to keep them there. We can't have these folk in mass number concerned about these Humvees and these fires and real life shit. We need them to be concerned about shit that don't matter, bread and circuses. So hell no, we ain't gonna confirm it because again, the play is like the New Orleans guy. How all of the next day y'all at the house, convenient that y'all in the house, news crews there. Come on, man. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. You gotta understand who. When you understand what you're dealing with, then you understand how it operates. So again, waiting on the people who have lied about unemployment numbers, about inflation rates, about casualties in natural disasters. The people who have lied about these things, I'm talking about recent shit. These people, but they've been lying historically. But these people who have lied to the masses, I'm not waiting on them to confirm anything.
Real talk.
Because again, going back to 9/11, how did y'all know that these motherfuckers was training to fly a plane but didn't do nothing? These are the same people you waiting to confirm whether some explosives and shit was stole with these Humvees. You waiting on them to confirm that?
Man.
Keep what I'm just saying. If you waiting, you
mm-hmm.
by the time you find out, it's gonna be too
Be
late. By the
too
time you
late.
find out, it's gonna be more casualties.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not
We
again. It's not a time not to be. It's a time for heightened awareness, especially if you a motherfucker who ain't paying attention and you still want to do you and go to malls and hang out and do shit like that, like mass gatherings. If you still one of them people, you better be paying attention.
look at the date. The date says on Wednesday, January 8th, between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. We are on we're in January the 12th right now. We just now Snake come running in all yelling and screaming all crazy. Uh made me lose what I was saying. Oh, we it's January 12th. So this is a whole 4 days. They could have been put this out. Like they could have been said something about this. Why we had to find out about this through social media. Has any news covered this? This should be like top of the news.
Bro, the news is gonna have you again. The masses on wild cards, the latest recipe, what celebrity house got burnt down, and what they think about it. Never mind the fact, again, you have regular people who work their ass off to have something, who lost their shit. They gonna have the masses focused on that shit as opposed to Damn, New Orleans happened, then Vegas, and now we got Humvees gone and fires that ain't nobody never seen before. See, when the one person say I ain't never seen it before, that's one thing. But when everybody's saying this is some shit we ain't never seen before,
Man, them two old ladies, they look like they been here. They look like they been here since World War II. So they like I ain't never seen nothing like this happen. This a first in my years. Everybody saying that. That's wild, bruh. Just yeah, we gotta be prayed up, bro. That's it, bro. We gotta stay prayed up, bro, because as 25 hit going down the line to 26, bro. We better hope a lot of us here to see 26 at the rate it's going. And they still didn't give us an accurate count. They still didn't give us an accurate count of how many people. It's over 1,000 homes that got demolished by this fire. This got burnt to crisp by this fire. But they only said it's about 10 to 7 people that died. Man, I don't know about that. I don't know about them numbers. Them numbers seem fishy to me. You can't have
what's up?
1,000 homes burnt and then only 7 to 10 people reported dead.
Again, my bad. I had fell out of here. I
Yeah,
ain't know my
I seen you. I was waiting for you to come back.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, shit, they you ain't gonna hear this on the news because shit, they want the masses preoccupied with bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And we
You know what
just
I'm saying?
and black people just as dumb, bro, standing outside in the fucking snow partying like as if they got a block party going on because they got snow and shit.
But the
Man.
same way people were laughing and making fun of Noah when he was building that motherfucking ark,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same mentality. It's the same spirit. Again, ain't nothing new under the sun. So
Yeah.
common sense is, you know, shit. Damn, when's the last time it snowed down here? And why now?
Hmm.
With everything going on, it's disconnected. You got fog. I mean, you got events that's happening right in your face, right in
Oh,
our faces.
we gonna
But
get
when
there.
you
We
but
gonna
when
get
you
to that part.
spiritually blind, when you are spiritually blind,
Mm-hmm.
you can't see the picture that these signs are painting.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see because you're too busy trying not to be fearful. When fear is part of the human experience with your brave ass. Like where are some of these people coming from? Like what?
Mm-hmm. Let's finish getting into this.
This is just my assessment, but I think that if anybody's going to take the time to steal 18 bayonets and 40 pair of binoculars, it doesn't really sound like they're interested in causing a lot of harm. It looks like they're trying to hawk a bunch of stuff at a pawn shop. So, you know,
Now
The
that's
cat.
that's 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 your deflection. That's your way of
Yeah.
rationalizing your fear is to say that they stole this shit to go sell it at a pawn shop. Come on, man.
Ain't no,
Come
no
on, man.
pawn shop is buying those things, bro.
Come on, man. You might get away. You might get some with the binoculars, maybe,
Yeah.
depending on if they some high grade type of shit. But
Yeah.
them bayonets, bro, ain't
The
nobody finna. What the fuck? See,
the
if you want to
seven
really do something
the
with them
7 feet
bayonets, you got to go
bayonets.
to a knife shop where they collect shit like that. And again, the average thief ain't wasting. If we want to say that these average thieves that stole these Humvees, the average thief is not wasting time finding fucking knife collectors
Mm-hmm.
to where I know where the knife collector at, so I'm gonna go get these bayonets and I can get out these bayonets over here at Wong's knife shop. Man, come on, man. The average motherfucker, if they you want to say what average people or criminal that stole it, they ain't going to no pawn shop with no fucking
And,
bayonets.
and then what knife enthusiast or whatever, you know what I'm saying, is gonna buy all 18 bayonets.
Right,
I might get one or two, but I ain't fucking ready to buy eight. What I'm gonna do with 18 of them?
right.
You see what
Cause
I'm
he gonna
saying?
be because if they really fuck with that shit, they gonna be like, where you get this shit from? Where you come from?
Exactly. Heck yeah,
This shit ain't just in
they gonna
circulation.
automatically know. They're gonna automatically know, like, hold up, this some army shit. What the fuck? Yeah, yeah, I mean, but and then again, what you doing with the 18, the eight machine gun vehicle mounts? What you gonna do with the 7 freestanding machine gun tripods?
And he tried to downplay the fact that they Humvee talking about some old Humvees. An old Humvee will wreak havoc in a metropolitan area on these fiberglass ass cars that we drive in.
Real talk. Those is all metal right there. That's
Them shits
what.
is bulletproof.
Oh
One of
yeah.
them was. So we talking about an armored motherfucking vehicle, i.e., the SWAT truck.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker designed to go through buildings
And I like
and
how he
back.
just said. I like how he just said, "Oh yeah, these cars, these trucks was just sitting out here from a long time ago, a war from a long time ago." Well, if they sitting out there for a war from a long time ago, that means they out of commission. That means they can't move. How these people get these joints off the lot? Then these motherfuckers still must be active. It's
Man,
some form of ad. Look at that joint. That joint don't look old, bruh. Don't that joint
a
clean?
a Humvee with 8 people in it, body armored up, kitted up, and
Hmm.
ready to go. That's a problem,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they position properly in that Humvee. That's gonna be a problem for law enforcement,
Especially if they figure out how to mount one of these damn gun machine
bro.
joints on that thing.
That's nothing. I mean, that's not. Come on, man. That's mount. That's nothing. A mount ain't no different than putting a fucking gun mount on your wall and putting your gun on that motherfucker. It's the same principle.
Mm.
It's the same. This shit is not complicated because if you got something to go on the mount, then it already have the attachments needed to fit on that mount.
Right. Mm.
Like the AR mount that go on your wall. The attachment is designed where you put the firearm magazine that well, you slide it down right there, and that safety gonna kick in, which makes it lock in place. The gun already built for that mount. You see what I'm saying? The gun is
Yeah.
built for the mount, and the mount is built for the gun. So it's not a question of if they figure it out, bro. If they got something to go on them mounts, that is gonna be a problem in a urban area
Real talk. Real talk.
because you're gonna be operating from behind bulletproof color cover. So that means you're gonna need some type of explosive to disarm this goddamn vehicle. Number one, you're gonna have to call in that robot.
Hmm.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna need 50 cal. Your little AR 7.62s ain't finna do nothing. You're gonna need that 50.
Or you gonna need one of these joints right here.
Ooh, one shit too much.
They gonna have to shoot one of them beams out at that motherfucker to disable that bitch.
The kind of
Something,
thing you have to look at the
but
opportunity cost. You know, if
Nah, for real. Like that's the
but
only way
but but down
they're gonna get that joint down.
but downplaying it, but downplaying that. Hey, what's up, Naeem? But
Nah, you ain't
downplaying
even
that
feel me.
situation, downplaying that situation, bro. If an organized group stole those, they got the machinery for the mounts, and not only that, they got somewhere to put that shit right now, and they got fuel for them motherfuckers too. Because again, you're not just gonna pull up at the gas station
Gas
in
station.
that big
Hell,
motherfucker.
real talk. You can't just, bro. BP don't have enough gas for you to motherfucking fill that shit up.
So again, trying to downplay it, I don't think that's wise. That's something that needs to be, you know, upplayed, not downplayed.
Real talk.
Especially when you got two events happening right on the heels. One where it was casualties, but allegedly it was supposed to be a lot more, and the other one was just on some symbolic shit. But
Mm-hmm.
still, it was an event nonetheless.
Facts. Prior to the several other events that happened, and you know what I'm saying, we gonna touch on it. We're gonna touch on that topic. Let's finish this video out though. We still got what, 26 more minutes.
it was just the Humvees, I'd say, maybe a little suspicious. But it looks like they took everything that wasn't nailed down. So again, concerning. Be on the lookout for Humvees being driven by people who don't look like they're in the military, and that's the kind of thing that's going on out there in California. Now, moving to the fire itself, I'll get to the more up-to-date battle tracking map here in just a moment. But really, the situation has gone from bad to worse in many regards. Some places, in some areas, it's maintained the status quo, but the fires continue to spread. One of the complicating factors, in addition to this crisis, we're getting a lot of complications from many different angles. We've got the political thing, we've got the financial thing, we've got water shortages, we've got infrastructure crumbling, we've got social decay and societal collapse kind of thing. So this is all kind of making the situation worse. If it was just a wildfire and we didn't have to worry about any of the other stuff, I think it wouldn't be as bad as it is. However, this has been a long time coming, as many people know. Throughout the firefighting community, Los Angeles being at extreme risk for this exact scenario. So, some of the coordination challenges that I noted this morning, I wanted to again address a rumor that I have seen, and I don't know if it's entirely true or not, but again, time is of the essence, so I've got to kind of get this information out quickly. I'm seeing claims be made that California has held up upwards of 60 firefighting rigs from Oregon and other neighboring states in Sacramento for inspections of emissions, right? Emissions testing to make sure the fire trucks are not, emitting too many, greenhouse gases, I guess. What I do know so far is that this is partially true, at least. Sacramento is the staging area for a lot of outside resources. You have to think, this is very, very big. Cal Fire and California at large is a very large state, and we're talking potentially hundreds of firefighting rigs moving around just from outside the area. That's not including the thousands that are inside the state, already. So I don't know if this claim is true. I don't know if California is so backwards minded that they think that they need to conduct emissions testing on a firefighting truck. I don't know it sounds just like California, doesn't it? But again, this could also just be staging woes. It could be somebody at the staging depot just complaining that things are taking too long. Once again, think higher level than you might want to think. You do not want to send every uncoordinated fire truck right to the fire. You want to send them to a staging area so that levels of command can take control and send them to where they need to go. Otherwise, you're just having a lot of people show up, clog up the roads, and there's going to be a very, very inefficient use of resources. So once again, if California is concerned about emissions testing of fire trucks for in any case whatsoever, even before the fire, I think we all can probably agree that's pretty ridiculous. However, I don't know if the recent claims that are being made are true or if this is more of a staging thing. Again, a lot of people will take a photo and they'll take a video of some inefficiency, right? We all know the story of DOT workers, 15 guys standing around watching one guy shovel something. Same kind of thing happens in firefighting, but we focus on that sometimes and not the higher level picture. Again, with any sort of government response, you're going to have a very inefficient response, right? That's just the way that it is. But again, I'm trying to keep things as neutral and as realistic as possible because the situation in California is not developing super well right now. One of the other main concerns is the leadership problems within the Los Angeles Fire Department. So again, this is just kind of a political thing that it gets people really inflamed, but it must be noted that the political and leadership problems within Los Angeles at large, there's a lot of infighting going on. I've seen reports that the Los Angeles Fire Department chief has been fired as of this morning. I don't know if that's true or not. Once again, I've seen reports that says that the mayor retracted the firing. Again, I don't have enough time to verify these things all the way down to the ground. And there's a lot of very bad information going on out there. A lot of it being pushed by, mainstream media and government sources. But once again, I think that one of the major things to keep in mind, again, people like me tend to think a little bit differently any time a natural disaster comes out. And we have to think, is this potentially a malign actor? Considering the context of what I'm going to talk about is developing right now in Southeast Asia, I think we probably need to consider this. Right now, I think most people, the general consensus, right, from many authority figures and from many people in the know and in the career field, is that most of these fires, maybe not all of them, but most of them are probably arson. We know this for sure with a lot of the smaller fires that are kind of popping up and dotting around.
That right there could possibly be true. We probably could, like the smaller fires and stuff like that, we probably could be seeing some acts of arson. But this wide scale fire, the way it's moving, like they said the wind was blowing steady in one direction for hours. That's beyond people control, bro. That's beyond people control. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, Naeem, they eventually gonna come out and say it's a terroristic attack somewhere or something like that. But it ain't gonna be no time soon. Ain't gonna be no time soon. We probably won't get that till probably like the end of the year or probably like summertime or some shit like that. They say, oh yeah, those fires that was caused up there was due to a terrorist attack or some shit, some dumbass shit. They made because one thing I'm gonna say, and like me and B was we just mentioned this. They don't tell you what the play is until after, like down the line. You know what I'm saying? When it's really like some shit ready to kick off for the whole world type shit. Like, wait, what movie was that? Armageddon? You was talking about, B? You talking about Armageddon when
The
they
asteroid was headed to Earth. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
they didn't tell. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell. They announced this shit globally because again, that was going to be a global event. So by the time that they announced it, now the rumors had been going around already throughout the movie. It had been rumors. And the government had kept batting the rumors down, saying it wasn't true, saying it wasn't true. And by the time they finally admitted that it was true, fucking asteroid was for to destroy Earth. So again, waiting around for the government to confirm some shit, you're gonna end up fucked off and fucked up.
Nah, I remember a fire out there a while ago, but I didn't know that if that I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
Who?
Look up great
Oh, I
movie.
can't see. Let me get
Oh,
back over here.
she said, y'all remember the PG and E fires out there. But I do remember they had a serious wildfire out there before, but it wasn't on the magnitude of this. This right here is this gotta be this, like the play is being made. You got the the lack of funds for the fire department, which closed down a lot of stations. uh you got the people that's looting. Then you got daggone the cars, the Humvees that's coming up missing. Then it jumps from one side to now it's on the other side. And then you got uh uh a quote unquote lone arsonist that they said they found. They found one arsonist. So it's like, and they didn't even find them. They said the people found them. The people jumped on them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we know situations like this, bro. Somebody always got to be the fall guy, bro. We mentioned this even in the Las Vegas shooting when they wanted to do the whole gun control shit and all that, and nobody was trying to go with the gun control shit. But then all of a sudden, motherfucker make it through the airport on the plane to the Vegas hotel with his guns, shoot out a window, motherfucker, and then kill massive people. And then the only witness that was there to say, nah, it wasn't even that guy, it was other people that did it. She ends up dying after the interview. So I mean, like this. That's why I put this up there the way I did, bro. Because this shit reeks of a play. Like, this shit stinks of a play. Something fishy about these fires. I mean, look at that shit. Like B said, they use the movies and the cartoons and the shit like that to actually show you what they fitting to do. And then when they do the shit, yeah, I mean, we just like, oh, look,
Because when they showing you, you think you're just looking at a TV show. We think we're just looking at a movie. Motherfuckers done looked at leave the world behind and can't put the connections together
right.
with these cyber attacks, with these
Mm-hmm.
Tesla incidents.
Mm-hmm. With the false flags of people that's doing these attacks and shit. Oh, it's
Right,
coming from China. Oh, it's coming from Ukraine. Oh, it's coming
right,
from Russia.
right. You sit here and watch a motherfucker say out their own mouth he heard about the plan, and the plan was to create mass confusion, leading to chaos. We saw it, we heard it, but we think we're just looking at fucking movies. We sit here and watch iRobot, and now everybody's surprised that you actually finna have robots walking around this bitch with you as personal aides.
I I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go check that book out. She said, y'all ever read the book Parable of the
The sower.
Sower?
Yeah.
Nah. I is it Octavia Butler wrote about this in the 90s, down to the exact city out there in California. More people would being known if they actually read. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah. See, again, the saying is never
Dang.
more true.
She said the book actually told the exact year. Mm,
Amen.
mm.
Again, the saying is never more true now. Today, they said if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. Now today, you want to hide something from the masses, put it in a goddamn book. Because if it ain't a goddamn motherfucker on YouTube talking to them, on Twitter talking to them, doing the work for their ass, they'll never find out. Shit.
And as a black woman too. Let's go. Salute.
Yeah, they'll never find out. Same way it was a black woman that wrote the Matrix movie. A
Yeah.
motherfuckers don't say so again, that don't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Again,
go
ain't nothing
look at
new
that
under
one.
the sun. But yeah,
But yeah,
that saying is more. That saying is really true today because again, average motherfucker, you if it ain't a motherfucker talking to you,
mm-hmm.
you ain't finna go pick up nothing to do no goddamn research on your own. Because the reality is, the average motherfucker too busy trying to escape the reality of their own life. That's why they on social media so motherfucking much and so goddamn long. Because they don't want to be in the life that they in. So let me look at another motherfucker's life and what they doing and what they said and that shit. So if you want to hide something from people, yeah, put that shit in books.
Mm. Salute Naeem, bro, because every time she come and she drops some shit, bro. But yeah, let's all right. So yeah, y'all wanna finish watching the rest of this and see what he has to say, bro. Get the S2. What's the damn? What's I was just ready to say S2. What it said? Underground S2 Underground. It's in the link is in the description box, bro. Finish watching. This shit is 30 minutes. Finish watching. He's breaking down a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to cover. Yeah, I mean, the list of things that he was talking about because it was all this stuff is important. All this stuff is important. Drinking water contaminated. None of them people don't. None of them people don't even have water as it is. You see what I'm saying? Like they and then the reserve tank that they had is definitely gonna be contaminated now with all the shit that's going on. And then the cars, the Humvees, the chief being fired and the fire chief being fired and the money. Why would she cut budget a week before these fires start? You
She's
see?
told to.
Exactly. It's bigger than her. You know what I'm saying? And then she
Again,
resigned.
she just gonna be the fall again. It's gonna be
Mhm.
fall guy. Every fall guy ain't gotta be
Plays a
on
part.
the level of the healthcare shooter. Every fall guy don't have to be a fall guy of violence of a violent act. So again, if you're gonna be the fall guy, she the fall guy. That's why she told to do that, and you got paid, and you're gonna be laid. So you do what you told, or you're gonna get dealt with. Period. Again,
Fact.
that upside down cross. They all know what time it is. They ain't got no choice in the map. They got a choice, but shit, that choice got consequences that go with.
Well, and what B referring to is this right here. This is the lady right here with the upside down cross. That's the former fire chief of West Hollywood that just recently caught on fire. I mean, why would she wear upside down cross on the media? Blatant for
Be-
everybody to see.
Because shit, if any rallying cry is universal, it's fuck God, it's fuck religion, fuck Christianity, fuck that God shit, fuck that church shit. That's
Mm.
why. That's why. Yeah, that's why. That's the general consensus of the nation.
Facts.
Fuck that God shit. Man, God ain't real, man. Fuck this. Yeah. So that's why we can put it right in your face.
Real talk. Let's go to this next Simpsons prediction real quick before we close out with the lady from what's her name? What's her name? Because that's in the description too. Really graceful. Shouts out to really graceful because she put a whole list of events that just happened and it man. I'm
I ain't
telling
you
you.
watched that one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, bro. Oh come on, bro. I told you I
Hey
come
boy
with
say,
the shit.
that boy say,
I'm coming with the shit. We gotta open y'all eyes, bro. We gotta open y'all eyes to what's really going on. Like she said, they communicate via symbols and signs, bro. Let's go, Naeem. Let's go. Let's get to this real quick.
Simpsons predicted the California wildfires. Watch the video carefully.
You fools!
we've erected a massive concave reflective surface. It will focus the sun's beam in a deadly ray.
The Simpsons episode titled Monty Burns Fleeing Circus, Season 28, Episode 1, has indeed been mentioned as predicting the California wildfires. In this episode, a fire ravages Springfield, and Mr. Burns agrees to finance the reconstruction of the town on the condition that he can put on a variety show. However,
now notice, time out before we get started. Now notice that in that clip, it's a laser. I talked about that, but also inmates have been freed.
Talk about it.
What's happening right now is that they're freeing inmates to fight this fire. They paying them $10 an hour to go fight the fire. Man, hey.
Yeah.
They know they ain't got the manpower for that shit. So what they gotta do, they gotta go find the lowest of the lowest people to go. Look, y'all the
No,
front
we
line.
gotta find the people who can take the highest risk with the lowest liability. Nobody's gonna bat an eye if an inmate loses his life fighting that fire. In fact, people would probably regard that as a quote unquote great deed in that this person was an inmate. So that means they did something fucked up to become an inmate. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take the highest risk with the least liability for the blowback. See, now, if you got a 26-year fire veteran die, that's going to hit different than an inmate.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to send them in there first. Because, again, how you going to go get some motherfucking inmates? And anyway, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I know exactly what you ready to say. Let's get it.
Now, if it's that easy to fight fires, what's the point of having a fire department?
Mm-hmm.
If it's that easy to fight a goddamn fire, well, y'all can just pull up and get some inmates and pay them $10 an hour. What's the point of having a goddamn fire department? I thought you had to pass the fireman's test to become a fireman. So you mean tell me y'all just gonna go get some motherfuckers out of San Quentin and throw them in motherfucking fireman helmet and some goddamn wet boots and a wetsuit and go get it? Come on, man. Stop it. I mean, it's just shenanigans all the way around, bro. This shit crazy.
that the idea that this episode predicts the use of directed energy weapons, DEW.
Now, directed energy weapons, bruh. We covered that shit. We covered this, and I found this. Reason why I find this clip so interesting because a couple days ago, I just was talking about these lasers and how accurate these lasers are, and if you use these lasers the right way, you probably could start some shit like this. Oh no, that's not a no lie. That's not a lie. No, that ain't. That they got these. Hold on, hold on. Let me show you that. Let me show you this real quick. Hold on. That joint said it was able to attack it through underwater.
Operationally, it works just like a laser pointer. There's a chamber inside with special materials that release photons.
If you're looking at a...
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. You talking about, now you talking about the prison thing. Okay, all right. I thought you were talking about the lasers. I already said, no, nigga, they got lasers out here now, bro. Okay, that came in a little bit. It came in a little bit late. My bad.
a boat coming in over the water, you can target exactly the engine and take out exactly the engine and not necessarily damage anything else. So, and that type of precision weapon work is something that you don't really get with conventional weapons because there tends to be more collateral damage.
It's useful against a variety of threats, surface or air. It's not a niche weapon system.
Yeah, my bad, Naeem, my bad. The message that came through what I had already started talking about. That's why I was like, hold up, no, bro. All right, I got you though. I got you. Yeah, the fire. She was saying 40% of California firefighters come from prison. Oh, and she said they're not being paid $10 an hour. That's crazy. I feel like they should be getting paid something at least. Shit. If you gonna keep me in my motherfucking cell. I ain't trying to go fight no fires if I ain't getting paid. Fuck that.
Like some other weapons that we have, throughout the military, where it's only good against air contacts or it's only good against surface targets.
Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I found this clip so interesting because, like they said, this is pinpoint accuracy. So motherfucker could have used some type of light beam to start this shit. Didn't this shit start during the daytime? I could have sworn this joint started during the daytime. The fire out there in California. I think it did.
Start fires is a theory. Let me know your thoughts.
First off, I'd like to thank the good people at Tianjin Smelting and Mining and Donuts and Tops for neutralizing our wonderful, deadly new lard lead.
Yeah, that's great.
They'll grow back. The time for mourning and blaming our mayors has passed. We will rebuild.
We will rebuild. We will rebuild.
I'm finna send you some, Shop. So I'm gonna
Okay.
fall right back here.
Okay.
We will rebuild. We will rebuild. I guess there's only one man we can turn to.
Supergirl?
Simpsons predicted the
Wow. Man, I'm telling you, these days, these motherfuckers be on to something, bro. These motherfuckers be on to something. What's this? What's this? Oh, BC. What's this? Who this from? BBC. Nearly 1,000 incarcerated men and women have joined the front lines in battle against record-breaking wildfires burning across California. They have the numbers deployed now, 939, are part of a long-running volunteer program led by, California Department of Correction and Rehabilitation. Damn! Their numbers have steadily increased since Tuesday, the day of the deadly fires began spreading uncontrollably through Los Angeles. Over 10,000 structures have been destroyed, 37,000 acres burned, and thousands of emergency workers. Hold up. There's thousands of emergency workers descend on the Los Angeles area to fight flames. At least 11 people have been killed, and only 11. Nah, it's got to be more. They just say find the rest of the people. It's got to be more than that, bro. Just listening to them numbers, it got to be more than that. At least 11 people have been killed in the wildfires. Officials say the incarcerated firefighters have been drawn from among the 35 conservation fire camps run by the state. minimum security facility where inmates serve their time and receive training. 2 other camps are for incarcerated women. The 900 plus incarcerated firefighters in use account for roughly half of the 1,800 prisoner firefighters in this scheme. Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. The program, which dates back to 1946, has been divided critics who seen it as exploitive and supporters who say it has rehabilitative. I don't understand that one. All right, I must have read that wrong. But anyway, we're gonna keep going. State pays inmates a daily wage between $5.80 to $10.24. Ooh, that's crazy. An additional dollar per day when assigned to active emergencies. Well, them niggas can't get paid shit, y'all. You keep me in my cell. Fuck that. And keep me in my cell. I make more serving trays and selling loose cigarettes inside this bitch. Fuck is you talking about? I'm gonna risk my life in a fucking fire for $5 and not even the whole 10. It all depends on your capabilities and shit. Nah, hell nah. Nah, bruh. You can keep that shit. Like I said, I made more flip the cigarettes in this bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Y'all can have that shit. Fuck that. Oh man. Nah, bruh. Nah, you got me messed all the way up.
He said the wages are a fraction of the salary received by the citizens firefighters in California who can earn upwards of 100,000 annually. You're getting pennies compared to the other folks alongside of you. You're
Mm-hmm.
just cheap labor. Roy Ramsey, a former incarcerated firefighter and co-founder of the nonprofit Forestry and Fire Recruitment Program, told the BBC. And if you do pass away while fighting fires, you don't get any benefits from that. He continued. You're not
Damn.
going to get a reward. You're not going to be recognized as a wildland firefighter, he said, adding that he would remember in the field that he had already signed his own death certificate. Still, Mr. Ramsey said the low pay is more than a California prisoner would otherwise earn performing jobs in the state penitentiaries.
Facts.
The, cons-
No,
the,
that's
cons-
real talk.
the conservation camps and their park picnic type feel also offer additional perks like better food, he said, compared to California's notoriously dangerous and overcrowded prisons. Okay, so the rest of the article really just going in
Right.
as far as what type of inmates are allowed to do that. Ones with non-violent and not serious offenses and shit. I didn't even know that they had a program that they where they train these guys. So it
A
makes sense
non,
y'all would go get them if y'all done already gave them the training to become firemen upon release.
bro, a non-violent offended, bro, won't
Yeah,
even
no, meaning somebody that's in
receive
there
no
for weed or some
benefits.
shit. Well, not weed, not
Yeah,
in California, but you know,
yeah,
a
bro.
non-violent felony.
It's bro, a non-violent, bro, and you don't even get recognized as being a fucking fireman
No,
or
because
receive any
you
benefit.
still property of the state. You still an inmate. You
Nah,
still
bro.
convict.
See,
You still a convict. You
there's
still a
no point in
convict.
doing that shit. Then there's
Yeah,
no
you
point in
still a
doing that.
convict. Yeah, you still a convict.
That's
You know what I'm
wild.
saying? Yeah, you still a convict. So yeah. You still an inmate, and inmates are property of the state. That's why you get assigned a goddamn number. And no interaction that you have inside that institution will be conducted without that fucking number attached to it. Yeah, you property of the state. Once you get behind them, once that gavel come down, and we hereby confine you to the custody. That's what they say. The custody. What is custody? Possession.
Right.
What is possession? 9/10 of the goddamn law. Ownership.
Ownership, yeah.
So they own your head, yeah. Let me break it down for you. Fuck?
Man,
What you mean you ain't gonna get recognized? Hell no, you ain't gonna get recognized, motherfucker. You an inmate.
That's crazy.
And again, who care about an inmate? Nobody but their family.
Nobody
But their inmate's family. That's it.
Motherfuckers gonna be like, man, he deserved that. Hey, shit. Long as he did something, at least he did something. Shit, that's
But you
fucked
gotta
up,
think.
bro.
You gotta think the man that ain't got no family to go back to. Shit, I got an incentive as far as the money aspect. When I'm making pennies on the dollars, folding clothes, here, let me go and get out of here and try to get me something. On top of the fact that I can enter this field of employment upon release.
Right.
So I can see how a motherfucker would do that. But yeah, shit, yeah, no, you property of the state.
I said, let's go ahead and get to really graceful so we can get up out of here and I can get you out on time. Let's get to really graceful. Now, let's just look at all these events. We're going to leave out on all these events. Let's just watch this shit in its entirety. Yeah, I mean, so y'all can understand. Or, y'all can understand where we going at.
Friends, what an eventful start to 2025. We'll just go down the list here. So far, we've got mysterious SUV-sized drones across the U.S., specifically in New Jersey. This really occurred at the end of 2024 and moved into 2025. But 2024 drones were speculated to be UFO or alien in nature, but the understanding of these drones and their sightings has kind of shifted to being more private contract or military aligned rather than alien sensationalism.
The one closest. Yep, that's a drone. That's low. Now look at above it comes another drone. Holy crap. It's great. Go Bedminster. Go Bedminster. It's China.
But the questions are still lingering as everyone's just becoming used to seeing these things hovering above their towns. After all, what are these drones looking for? What are they surveilling? Are we being told to look at the drones while something else is happening in the other direction? Now, President-elect Trump has said that he'll be releasing details on these drones his first day in office. And other Republican governors have reported seeing drones over nuclear reactors and infrastructure.
What happened to drones?
Well, you said that you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot, so I can imagine. I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones.
On New Year's Eve, we had excessive social media coverage of a fog that blanketed much of the UK, Canada, and even parts of the US. With this fog, there were reports of sickness and residue covering everything it touched. Even Florida was reporting a strange midday fog. On the last night of 2024, lightning struck the Capitol, the Washington Monument, and the One World Trade Center. Maybe symbolic, maybe full of meaning, maybe void of meaning entirely, who knows? Then in the morning hours of New Year's, the New Orleans attack occurred with a man driving a pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street. As a result, the governor of Louisiana declared a state of emergency, and aside from a clearly staged sort of set, like there was a news anchor lady going into the attacker's house the day after and finding a Quran open to, a convenient page of meant to emphasize intent with mood lighting and all of that around it, much like a set.
His Qurans, an open Quran with a passage there as well as even the Bible here, but mostly books on Islam, and his prayer rug just to the left of me here.
Again, not a lot of info on this guy. Not a lot of info they released at all, and except for him being former military at a very specific military base. I just kind of wrote him off as being an activated sleeper cell in an effort to bring about Patriot Act 2.0. I guess it is kind of interesting. I haven't seen anybody else bring this up, but it is kind of interesting that Ford's Twitter account was hacked on New Year's Eve, referencing the Israel-Palestine war in the hacker's tweets. And then this guy plows through a crowd not some hours later in a rented electric Ford pickup truck. Sort of like this cyber truck I'm about to talk about, it calls into question, can these things be remotely steered and driven, hacked, if you will? I think we both know the answer. Speaking of former military, some hours later, there was a Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside of the Trump Hotel in Vegas. It was very, Trump Elon coded, right? A message was being sent. The Las Vegas Cybertruck blast suspect, Matthew Livelsberger, took part in a military TV reality competition on the History Channel. In other words, he's an actor. Both incidents in Louisiana and Las Vegas involved trucks, a Ford pickup truck in New Orleans and the Tesla Cybertruck in Las Vegas. They were both rented from Turo. Both former military guys. There were some follow-up incidents thereafter, maybe 24 hours after, like in South Carolina, highway shut down due to a bomb threat involving an 18-wheeler on January 2nd. But then we kind of moved on to new flavors of terror. On January 4th, Biden awarded George Soros with a Presidential Medal of Freedom. His son, Alex Soros, received this award. The other recipients of this medal were Hillary Clinton, Bono, and Bill Nye the Science Guy. It was so absurd when I saw the footage that I thought it was an SNL bit, but you remember when Obama gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Bill Gates? Didn't he give one to Ellen DeGeneres, too? On Sunday, we had a day of rest, but then Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, baby Castro, announced that on January 6th that he would resign as Prime Minister and party leader once the Liberal Party of Canada organizes a leadership race.
Why are we supporting a country 200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state.
Within the same day, President-elect Trump had made his call for the United States and Canada to become one country even stronger, making Canada the 51st state. Some people think Trump's idea that Canada should become the 51st state is just a joke, while others like me think he's dead serious. Pretty much within the same breath, Trump proposed that the Gulf of Mexico should be renamed the Gulf of America.
Assets, we're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Hey, bruh, I swear, when I seen this, I text B and told B, like, hey, my phone agent need to go ahead and cut me that check for giving them this idea, because I said this on a live before. If I was fucking president, I would just go take over Mexico since the motherfuckers want to be over here so bad. I said that. Hey, run me my check, bro, because I know y'all be watching my shit.
America, which has a beautiful ring.
Then somehow the idea was put out about the USA annexing or buying Greenland, with this series of pictures from Donald Trump Jr. and Charlie Kirk and whatever other pundits. Of course, this would give the U.S. more control over the Arctic, and especially in World War III Russia scenario. Listen, I really want to give this its own video, but as you can tell, I'm barely hanging on to my voice right now. I have a little cold. It's nothing serious, but I already have a video ready to go on this topic, but it's waiting to be recorded. We have a couple of predictive programming angles on this acquisition. We have the 10 Kingdoms, the Club of Rome, the New World Order, North American Union, and we have Elon Musk's granddad in the North American Technate that was proposed by his party back in the 1930s. So I really want to do a deep dive into this and the untold aspects of globalism which aren't being discussed because all this is being cheered on by the right when these things weren't even campaign points. But I digress because in the background of all of this, we have headlines everywhere saying that Chinese hospitals are being overwhelmed with mysterious illnesses. that the norovirus has taken over the United States, and that pneumonia and flu cases are up. And now there's this ever-present threat of bird flu being trickled out through the media. It's cold and flu season, and these things really shouldn't be headlines. But on January 8th, the first human victim of bird flu died in Louisiana, which is a super scary headline until you read that the victim was over 65 years old with pre-existing conditions. I'm watching this whole bird flu thing take shape because I keep seeing clearly dead internet bot accounts online saying, get rid of your backyard chickens and your bird baths and your bird feeders. Just fear-mongering, much like in the early days of COVID. So that's what I'm definitely watching. While all of this is going down, we have this impending once-in-20-year Arctic weather hitting the southeast, while the LA fires and arson disguised as natural catastrophe hit the west coast. Fire and ice, they love to do it. The effects of which have been so devastating and severe, and I also plan to give this its own video. On January 7th, these fires started and have destroyed tens of thousands of acres of land and are still raging. The fires, which were allegedly started by arson, there's all kinds of videos of people starting these fires, but the politicians are hyping it up as climate change. We still have to refer to these as wildfires. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, they've killed 11 people, unfortunately, so far, and turned nearly 10,000 homes and buildings into ash. About 180,000 people have been forced to leave their homes because of the danger. And these fires paired with this extreme wind and weather, like the Santa Ana winds and low humidity, have made the fires worse and it's made it harder to put it out. Plus, there's no water in the fire hydrants, just like in Maui.
Our neighbor's house is going up, and they caught our house on fire. So we're going up. There's no water. There's no fucking water. There's no fucking water.
Just like in Maui and just like in Asheville, LA is set to be a smart city in 2028.
Hi, my name is Ted Ross, Chief Information Officer at the City of Los Angeles. As you know, we live in a world full of urban challenges, from traffic congestion that takes our time and pollutes our environment, to natural disasters that threaten the safety of our communities. To address these challenges, Los Angeles looks to smart city technology that can positively transform our urban environment.
Apparently, insurance companies had canceled their coverage of these homes at the end of 2024, and as of right now, the potential property damage and economic losses could amount to as much as $150 billion. Remember that California is one of the most liberal states with the highest taxes in the country. And they've done all this pants on head, dumb stuff and limit everyone's water use for climate change. There's literally no amount of tax dollars you could allot to this state that would have made a single bit of difference. Not with these evil nerds in charge. But while California is burning, you already know that in Washington, D.C., they already approved $500 million to be sent to Ukraine. One thing that strikes me as particularly noteworthy, though, before my voice totally goes out, is the no expense spared treatment that the federal government has given these fire victims in California versus how Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee victims have been treated. Hurricane Helene victims were offered $750 by the government, to which many of them applied and were denied by FEMA. Meanwhile, called conspiracy theorists and are still living in temporary housing, RVs, and tents where their homes once stood, because their home insurance didn't cover flood. Meanwhile, Joe Biden announced that the federal government will pay for 100% of firefighting needs for the Los Angeles fires for the next 180 days. He said that he told the California governor and local officials to spare no expense to do what they need to put out these fires, which is great. Honestly, I want those people to have help. It's not like I don't want them to have help. That's not what I'm trying to say here. Americans should come first. Our government should prioritize Americans.
Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away. No pun intended.
Indeed. I just can't help but gawk at the difference between the treatment of Los Angeles and, let's say, Lahaina, or Los Angeles and Western North Carolina. But I know these fires are still raging. One dude has been arrested for starting them. It's all very suspect, all very script. The buildings that have actually caught fire, like the Getty, very suspicious. There's a network of underground tunnels under LA and all these rumors, but I'd like to commit an entire video to this topic. Like the Resnick family, the pomegranate juice family who greedily controls LA's water and more. So I just want to commit an entire video to that. And I just pray, like, I know I sound like a little bit callous when I say that I'm struck by how the federal government is treating California versus North Carolina, but I'm just saying that I pray for everyone affected by these tragedies that they just get out safe and with their families and their animals. And that's all I have for you today, internet friends, but look for another.
All right, we at the end. I gotta get up out of here. I just wanted y'all to see that video because yeah, I mean, in its entirety, we didn't have time to give it no real breakdown, but basically, she covered all the events that been going on. So if motherfuckers still think like shit is not happening and they not putting plays together, shit, you're a damn lie. And and it's gonna get even worse once that GPT really get in effect, bro. Cause that's even scary. We might have to do a breakdown on that shit too, and on how this motherfucker is out. Chat GPT is out here giving predictions of the future and whatnot. You got anything, B, before we get up out of here? B, you still in here? All right. I think B might have tapped out and went to the chat. I see him in the chat. All right, but yeah, we gonna go ahead.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know I'm looking at this chat. I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on, bro.
Yeah, no, the chat came. She had commented on something when we had pulled it up. It was a late message.
No. I'm saying like, why now though? Like, we
Oh,
ain't never had this problem before. That's why I just got quiet. Because I'm trying to see what the hell going on.
yeah. You know they put we
That shit.
dropping jewels, bro. We dropping too much game. You know they got to mess it up somehow.
Yeah. If Naeem, you still on here? Uh, shit, it's all good. Shit, like I say, we under spiritual attack and everything happened for a reason. Because all us on like constructive vibe whenever we come together. Okay, yeah, we always be on a constructive vibe whenever we come together. So shit, you know, that don't make us exempt from shit. The algorithm, this is they platform because like I'm looking at your message. This shit ain't never happened before. So I don't know what I don't know. But yeah, it's all good on my end.
All right. Well, let's get up out of here. We'll catch y'all on the next one. It's been real. Salutes Tiga. Salutes Naeem. Salutes Smitty. Ignite TV. Yeah, man. Salutes everybody came through. We'll catch y'all on the next one.